Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
What's up, everybody? This is Information Man. Thank you for this impromptu live stream. I normally don't go live during the week like this unless there's a big story. Had some technical difficulties, or I would have been on a lot earlier, but we're going to get through this. Most of the stream today will be based in video evidence that I have. Yesterday, as you already know, I went over and broke down comprehensively some of the issues that you have with some of our HBCU universities, with some of the issues that they have in terms of their fiscal management of money. As you know, that Ed Reed was forced out by the, I guess, the administrators, the people that hold the committee seats at Bethune-Cookman University, and he brought up several problems with the campus when he got there, and he said that it was not in good shape, that there was trash all over the place. And then of course he went live on his social media, and you can say, well, he should have not went about it that way, or he should have went about that way. But either way, there were people who didn't like what he did, and there were people that had no problem with what he did. And I'm here to tell you that obviously he was forced out, and these were some of the words as a reminder of what he said when he exited and talked to his football team and those that supported him at Bethune-Cookman. These are the words he had to say because, as you know, or you may not know, they had a big protest today at Bethune-Cookman, and it goes in line with the video that I did yesterday talking about their serious problems on that campus. And he told everyone in his own words, they don't want me here, they don't care about these kids here, and they're trying to hide. He said they got all type of stuff that they're hiding around this university. Here we go.
And y'all done heard curse words before. They got parents in here. You know I don't want to leave. And like I told you, I want all these recruits. But they got some corrupt people in this world, some evil people that don't care about kids like I do. So I want y'all to hear the truth from me. I ain't withdrawing my name. I got the receipts. They got all kinds of stuff going on around here. Hoarding these buildings with nothing but trash in them. You understand me? And Dion was right. And I know I'm right. And they got some people in here who be snitching to their ass. And I work amongst Judas as Jesus walked with him. And I ain't have a problem with it.
Good evening to everyone.
Because even Jesus rebelled. And what God got for you, no man can take.
I want to say to everybody that's here tonight, thank you for coming over. This will be a short stream tonight. Let's say peace and love to Miss M. Mills. I'm glad that you're here tonight, sister. I see we have a Natural from Chicago in here, and I see we got Tuber Chat, Connect and Grow. Make sure you check out his channel. He definitely has a community over there that helps you grow your channel, and people who would be interested in the way he does it is he encourages people to subscribe to channels that they would be interested in. And I got to get back over there to his channel, and I will be loading up content on the Info Media Live channel very soon, ladies and gentlemen. I see we got Gray Pill Podcast in here. Empress Goddess in the house. Thank you for being here. Everybody that's here, thank you. Let's get to the point here for tonight's program. Once again, you saw how Ed Reed was not happy.
I don't care who we play, because I don't. My nephew was transferred here. My nephew right there. They want me to leave my nephew here.
Tell the truth.
Once again, what happened to Ed Reed is that Ed Reed was let go from the program when he exposed some of the defects and the issues on the campus. Now, I didn't realize that it was this deep, ladies and gentlemen, after I got these breaking stories today, because I thought it was basically, okay, there was trash. Now, of course, he knew something that we didn't know, which is why they got rid of Ed Reed. He knew something that we didn't know, and what I found out today is that there were students who wanted to speak out, but they were scared that there would be retaliation against them by the school administrators. And so what happened is, with Ed Reed speaking out about the ills of the campus, it gave voice to the students,
Am I lying now?
literally and figuratively.
He been getting a bad break at Southern. Some evil people, man, that don't care about your kids.
That's a key thing right there, ladies and gentlemen. Do they care about the kids at Bethune-Cookman? Now, I'm not here tonight to indict all HBCUs, all historical black colleges. As I said yesterday on my stream, we're simply here to tell the truth and to shame the devil.
Tell the
You
truth.
hear what I'm saying? We're here to shame the devil and tell the truth. There are problems in some of our HBCU universities, black historical colleges, from a fiscal management point of view. And of course, these universities have been underfunded by the state and the federal government over the years. That is a fact. But as I'm going to say, as I said yesterday in my stream, what are they doing with the money that they do have? We have historical black colleges with black people running these schools, and we're running around here all the time talking about blackity black this and blackity black that. We built pyramids, we did this, we built America, and what have you. And I'm going to say to you again, I don't care what the PWI schools are doing. That's their business. It is our business as black people to hold our schools to a high standard when our students, our kids, are paying high tuition to go to these schools. Some of these kids are paying $30,000 a year. Some of these kids are paying high amounts of money for their dorm rooms. Now, remember I talked about, ladies and gentlemen, I talked about, what's the other university that we had on the docket here? I talked about Howard University, and I hope I have that ready to go for you. Remember I talked about Howard and how Howard had problems with mold and all these different things going on in their campus. Look at this again.
Tonight, students at Howard University fed up with what they are calling unsafe living conditions. Student videos showing what appears to be pipes burst, insect infestations, and mold under beds and covering the walls.
Coughing up blood, like I was coughing so bad I coughed up blood, like coughing for hours. Great.
Students we spoke with say the mold is growing throughout the halls of the university dorms in Washington, D.C.
Are you guys in the same building?
No, I live in.
You guys are in different buildings.
Yes.
Two new buildings, both of you coughing up blood.
Yeah.
Both students are now living on the floors of the university cafeteria. Other students sleeping outside in tents and in sleeping bags, reporting to the university and posting on social media issues ranging from Wi-Fi connection problems to insect and rat infestations, like sophomore Tia Scott.
My own room, we had a mice infestation with blood everywhere and everything. It was a horrible situation.
Scott now among the nearly 100 who have vacated their...
Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak on these YouTube streets tonight, that's a very serious issue. That's just Howard University, which I told you they get about $237 million every 4 years on top of the money that they get from the funding from the federal government. I also displayed the fact sheet of Biden and Harris administration that as of 2021 as well as 2022, they have increased the money to historical black colleges. So what are they doing? You have a serious problem at Howard just a year and a half ago, 2021, where you had students having to protest against their administration and asking for those on the board to step down and fix the problem. And people were literally sleeping in tents, as you can see here.
She is
Tents
camping
out here,
outside for a second
literally.
Right now, sleeping
And
in
this
a
young
tent
lady is saying
outside
that
in the cold at night,
she had
trying to
everything
study for my
destroyed.
midterms and keep my grades up
Horrible
while all this
conditions,
is
right?
happening.
So as I speak to you tonight about this issue, and make sure you subscribe, you hit the bell of notification. I would
You are listening
appreciate
to
that tonight.
Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
I'm not playing around with you tonight. I'm telling you the truth as it is. But see, it's not just Howard University. Oh, I gotta be honest with you, everybody. After I had some time to do some research today and find out about what was happening out there in those real streets, I'm telling you, the students at Bethune-Cookman, they want this man back in the school. They're saying that a part of their protest is poor conditions that they are experiencing. It ain't just Howard, it's not isolated. A lot of people want to tell you, well, it's not all HBCUs. Yes, that's true, but damn it, we got way too many of them in having these problems. They ran this man out, Ed Reed, because he was exposing their problems. They were trying to hide these problems in the darkness of the night, and he brought it to the damn light, ladies and gentlemen. And as a result, they didn't fire him because they didn't even give him a contract. He was supposed to get a contract, and he was out there grabbing up junk, cleaning up things just like he had told you. Nobody wanted to believe this man and the things that he was doing on campus, as I had displayed to you just yesterday. And I'm gonna play, what I want to do is show you that one more time to drive home the point when I show you this protest footage that I got for you. To drive home the point just one more time.
We'll be out here now. We have volleyball, track, and basketball. We're all teaming up to pick up trash. And it's not just us around here. We want to make sure Daytona knows we need to stop littering. We need to have some pride about Daytona. But we're going to start right here at Bethune-Cookman with these Bethune men and women. And we're going to try to lead the way. Bigger than sports. I don't care if we lose every game. There'll be stand-up women and men before they leave this university.
I want to thank Blue Jeans for the $10 super chat. Blue Jeans, thank you, brother. I got to get back over to your channel, what you all do over there. Everybody check out Blue Jeans. That $10 super chat was wonderful, brother.
Thank you for the super
And for
chat.
doing that, I have to give you the almighty super chat music. And that's what I'm going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for the super chat.
Time to run it off. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex some down that check. No drip this wet. Time to run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it off. I wake up. Flex thumb down that check. No drip this wet. Time to run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it off. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to the regular scheduled program. And do not forget once again to go ahead and subscribe to the program. Give it a subscribership as we continue down this situation at Bethune-Cookman and the way this man, Ed Reed, was shown the door in a disrespectful manner. And he had that exiting meeting with his team and the people that support him. But where did it all lead in the end? It's just like I said yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, there's something going on at that campus. It's not a coincidence that this situation took place just today.
The Bethune-Cookman students spent hours this afternoon protesting what they call poor living in campus conditions. The school recently announced it stopped contract negotiations with Ed Reed as head football coach.
The former NFL star posted on social media talking about the campus's conditions when he visited. News 6's Molly Reed was at the student protest today and shows what they want to see.
The students here at Bethune-Cookman say Ed Reed's videos sparked the idea for the protest, but say they've been living in poor conditions for quite a few years. They say Ed brought that to a bigger stage.
You know, we voice concerns, we send emails all the time, no responses, so this is what it has come to.
Shouting the Board of Trustees has got to go. The BCU students listed out the problems around campus, many sharing videos and pictures that show mold in the dorm's walls and ceilings and on their belongings.
I paid thousands of dollars out of my pocket to be here, and like, it's not taken care of. Like, the first couple months I was here, I literally was sick because of the mold.
The protest comes after former NFL.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what that young lady said? She said that she felt sick because of the mold. I thought that that was just an Howard University issue with the mold and the rodents and all that sort of stuff. It's happening at this university, Bethune-Cookman. It's a damn shame. And I'm not going to say it's an indictment on all HBCUs, but it's certainly an indictment because it seems like they all have the same similar problems. I talked to you about FAMU University just a year or so ago. They had to shut down their dorms when students were coming there, getting ready for their housing and had nowhere other place to go. They were trying to get them in hotels because they had some type of rodent problem. I just think this is a mismanagement issue. And like Ed Reed said, do they really care about these kids the way he does? Do they really care? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen.
Player Ed Reed posted a video on social media.
But now I'm out here walking with the football team, picking up trash.
Reed was in contract negotiations with the school to become the next head football coach. He was on campus where he says he was met with trash and poor conditions.
Get out of here, man. They mutt me. These didn't even clean my office when I got here.
Then over the weekend, the school announced they stopped negotiations with Reed and are reopening the search. Reed was seen in another social media video shortly after.
There are some corrupt people in this world, some evil people that don't care about kids like I do.
At the end of the day, he wants to change for not just the football team, but he wanted for the HBCU community, the BCU community. So I feel like it's just a slap in the face.
Football players and students disappointed by the announcement and say Ed Reed was right.
The way a lot of us see it, he spoke up against what was wrong, and they got rid of him because of it.
We've reached out to the school's representatives several times today for reaction, but have not heard back at this time. In Daytona Beach.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is just one segment that I am about to show you tonight, but I want to thank my brother Cheeky. He says, shout out to you, sir. Let me pull him up on the other system here. I really appreciate that super chat. I appreciate everybody that's come over to check out the program. I don't normally go live during the week like this at this time of the day because it doesn't work with my audience algorithms. I normally go live on Sundays, bigger crowd on Sundays, but I appreciate all of you. I had to put this out because of the time sensitivity of this issue, and it's a damn shame. Now, Cheeky, I was on his channel today, and I really enjoyed being over there on his panel. We had a very intense discussion about some issues around awareness between women and men and what kind of awareness that we all both have and how we differ. But Cheeky gave me a $20 super chat. He says, shout out to you, sir. Really appreciate your perspective and intellect. Ed Reed and Deion Sanders is a example. Brother, I'm going to go into it. I've made several other videos about this issue. We got Last Call that's here saying Reed actions were not that noble. We can't be doing the angry black man thing. Let me put this up by Last Call. Maybe we agree or disagree. Last Call. I think I said that yesterday in my stream yesterday that he should have gone to the administration and let them know of his concerns. No, maybe he did and he didn't say that. Maybe he did not. But I see what you're saying. His actions are not noble because an angry black man thing as an example and then having everything collapse. Right, but he was frustrated about what was going on and what he was seeing and what he was dealing with, Last Call, to the point the kids, all the students, let me just say this to you right now, Last Call. What do you say to all those students at Bethune-Cookman that are protesting right now that you just saw, who are also in support of Ed Reed? I want you to answer that question, Last Call, as well. I mean, you have a right to what you're saying, but it looks like the students are in support of Ed Reed at the university. Let me give you some more clips here. For example, this is a big protest at their administration. ladies and gentlemen, they're literally asking for the administration to go and for Ed Reed to stay. So even though Ed Reed got on his social media and might have said some things in their mind or your mind or many people's mind as either they're pro what he said or they're against what he said, they feel that he didn't handle it professionally. But let's not forget, Ed Reed did issue a statement saying that he apologized. He knew it was unprofessional. But on the turn, all the students, this has united the student population at Bethune-Cookman, because they're saying that everything that he said was the truth. The only thing that Ed Reed told us was about the trash issues, mainly that he kept seeing trash around the grass and everything wasn't taken care of, and there was trash in this building and that building. But little did we know that they have a serious mold problem in the school. Do I have to show you again what the students were displaying as far as the mold? That's a pretty serious situation. Let me go right back to it and play this again, just that part.
Many sharing videos and pictures that show mold in the dorms' walls and ceilings and on their belongings.
I paid thousands of dollars out of my pocket to be here, and like, it's not taken care of. Like, the first couple months I was here, I literally was sick because of the mold.
The protest comes after—
You hear that right there? The young lady says that she was literally sick the last month that she was here. The amount of time that she's been there, I think she's been sick. Let me correct that. The bottom line is she said that she's been sick due to the poor conditions. Oh, there's a lot of shit going on in our world today. Let's not allow ourselves to get bamboozled by what's truth and what's not. The truth of the matter is Ed Reed made a lot of statements that were true. Even if we didn't like his delivery, but we can't say that he's a liar. Yeah, nobody called him a liar because we're finding out that Ed Reed, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Reed is not a liar. He was telling the truth. Even if you didn't like his delivery and the way he put the information out, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Reed was telling the truth.
Tell the truth.
My man, the real Aaron Collins, has super chatted. And what I gotta do for both him and Brother Cheeky for super chatting is I gotta play that super chat music. Real Aaron Collins, thank you, my brother. He says, from the real Aaron Collins, our institutions of higher learning are supposed to be a safe space for us. What Bethune-Cookman is doing, look, I'm gonna say it again. It's not an indictment on all historical black colleges, but it certainly is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for that super chat, and with that said, it's time for the super chat celebration.
Thank you for the super chat.
Time to run it off. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands up on my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Tell the truth.
I want to give some shout outs to a few people, if I can, before I continue on with the presentation tonight. We got Sexy Slim, the Goddess is in the house, the Just Row Show. Hey, Andrew Topping Jr. Good to see you, brother. Exactly, Aaron and Info Man. Hey, what's going on? See you all. Back to the Bases is here. Empress Goddess, of course, Last Call, who has got the juices of the discussion going. Emerald Family Entertainment 7. Yes. All right. So Last Call said this. I'm not happy about something at my job, so tomorrow I'm gonna go live and trash the place, then come back in the next day like, well, this is the thing. I get what you're saying. You don't want to trash the place that you work. You don't want to trash the place where you have employment. But the truth of the matter is that Ed Reed wasn't under contract. So the question is, why did Bethune-Cookman wait so long to give the man a contract? Why did he go so many weeks without them signing him to a contract when they already said they wanted him to be the head coach? So when he did what he did, you can make an argument that he made a private citizen critique of a campus that he potentially was going to be a head coach at, but they hadn't even given this man a contract. But on the flip side of that, you can say he was still wrong, because ultimately, because of what he said, they took away the job opportunity. But you're going to find out something that Bethune-Cookman, they really blew it. They really blew it here. You know why? Because this man was coming with the resources like Deion Sanders was coming. This man is coming with resources, as I'm going to show you something here. As soon as I fix this, look at that on the screen as I enlarge that. Check this out. This is from HBC Premier Sports. This is on Twitter. Have Hall of Famer Edgerrin James. You know, Edgerrin James played at Miami with him. Edgerrin James was a great football player in the NFL when he played. I think he played with the Colts for a while. Hall of Famer Edgerrin James reveals that Ed Reed had billionaires set up to invest in Bethune-Cookman football and buildings. He was about to bring new buildings, facilities to the campus, and he had very prominent billionaires lined up. Oh, y'all didn't know about that. So even though he did all that talking and they let him go, he had incredible things for Bethune-Cookman. So even though he spoke out in passion, and you might have agreed with him or disagreed with him, his heart was in the right place, because this man had billionaires. He was going to use his connections to bring in the money. You're going to find out further about that tonight before this stream is over.
Tell the truth.
So Bethune-Cookman, they actually lost out here. Now, check this out. Watch this little silent reel right here. And I'm going to read. This is the petition. That's the actual documents. Let me pull that back again. This is the actual petition that the students put together. BCU player petition. So not only was it the students on the campus, but it was the players that were playing, they're going to play for him, who also put together a petition to bring him back and to remove board members on the board at Bethune-Cookman who they believe made a bad decision and have also been very bad with taking care of them at Bethune-Cookman. They've got a mold problem there. Students are saying that they're being ripped off there, the whole 9 yards. But I'm going to read something to you in just a moment when it comes up very soon after Deion Sanders comes off the screen here. And I'm going to read it little by little, and I want you to look at the words. This is a student, either I think a football player. The football players are speaking out, and they're describing their discontent for what happened to this man you see right here on the screen, Ed Reed. Now, is he as polished as a Deion Sanders? No. Here it comes. Good afternoon. I am a student here at Bethune-Cookman University, located at 640 Drive, Mary McLean, Bethune Boulevard, Daytona Beach, Florida, 32114, United States. The student of the university, check this out, a place at our university. Students are dealing with mold in the bathrooms, raw food, ladies and gentlemen, raw food being served in the cafeteria, removal of scholarship funds, and much more. We are tired, we are mistreated. If you care about us, they are money hungry here, controlling and selfish people. He's talking about the administration, which Ed Reed talked about. A change has to come. We are also standing behind our ex-football coach, Ed Reed, who was forced out of his position and lied on by the university, initially changed. This is not retaliation or just some college kid looking to cause trouble. This is a cry for help. This is what they're talking about at Bethune-Cookman, and this is what the football players are talking about, as well as the student body. Ladies and gentlemen, let me play you another video to drive home the points I am making or attempting to make tonight. On this newsreel, the news reporter is going to admit that the students were afraid to speak out the way Ed Reed spoke out. But he kind of put batteries in their back to stand up because they didn't like the way they treated him. Check this newsreel out right here.
I spoke with over half a dozen students at Bethune-Cookman, and they all said Ed Reed not getting that job isn't the focus of their protest, but it was the spark. It's what pushed them to finally speak out. Now,
tell the truth.
A lot of them would not let their faces be shown on camera for fear of backlash by the school, and they explained that is actually what kept them from speaking out in the past.
What started off as my dream school turned into something that's far less than what I thought.
Students at Bethune-Cookman complained of rats in the dorms, no hot water. Several said they leave the windows open in their rooms year-round because there's no AC. The biggest complaint we heard was about mold. Students sent picture after picture to serve as examples.
Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, one of the young ladies on the video said that they have written letters, they have sent email to the administration at Bethune-Cookman, the students, to ask them to fix these problems of mold. As you see there, let me bring this back.
Hot water. Several said they leave the windows open in their rooms year-round because there's no AC. The biggest complaint we
right there, you see mold. The biggest complaint they say is the mold.
Was about mold. Students sent
there's go more mold.
Picture after picture to serve
Look
as
at this
examples.
mold. That's mold, ladies and gentlemen. And as a result of that, the students said themselves that they had complained to the administration if they could please fix these problems. And they said that they were ignored. It didn't get fixed. You're going to hear a young lady say that in this video. I believe it's in this video right here, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Information Man
Tell the Truth
show.
I was in the room probably 3 days before I started experiencing symptoms.
This student told us the mold in her dorm agitated her asthma so badly she wound up in the hospital. She came back.
A student winding up in the hospital is unacceptable. Don't you think that's unacceptable, ladies and gentlemen? Hit a 7 in the chat room if you agree with that. It's unacceptable. I thank you all for being here tonight. Those that are watching in the chat room, thank you. If you're new to the channel, hit the bell notification
You are listening
and
to
subscribe.
Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
I would appreciate that, folks. Let's get back to it.
With a doctor's note saying she couldn't stay in a dorm with mold. The students say they pay $30,000 a year in tuition at this.
They're paying $30,000 in tuition to pay for those types of conditions. I'm sorry. Black people, I'm sorry. We got to do better than this for our own kids. Don't our children deserve better than this? Even if we're sending them to historical black colleges? No, 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 no. We should expect better of our own institutions. And parents, you wouldn't want your kids in those conditions. These schools have to be held accountable. I don't care whether they're historical black colleges or PWIs, they all have to be held accountable. But for black people, we got to do better. See, part of our problem is a lot of self-hate. We internalize our self-hate because we don't like ourselves, and we internalize it on each other. What is this? Where does this come from?
Private HBCU.
We're constantly pouring money into this institution and it's not being poured back into us. We're not seeing change and it just keeps keep giving us false promises.
Hall of Famer Ed Reed said he wanted to improve conditions at the school. Shortly after he spoke out about those conditions, the school announced it wouldn't be hiring the football coach after all. The school explained in a statement, quote, "We have determined that it is in the best interest of our university athletics program and football student athletes to reopen the search for the coach," adding the school is mindful of the qualities and attributes that must be exhibited by our institutional personnel. Students felt like now it's their turn to speak out.
The goal is to make change.
What do you want to change?
Everything about this campus.
The students said they want change and they want a new board of trustees. I reached out to Bethune-Cookman University for a response to the protest and to some of the allegations made by those students, and I am still waiting to hear back. In Daytona.
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
The whole thing is an embarrassment on all different levels, ladies and gentlemen. Our students, our kids should not be in these situations like this. Let me let you hear this young lady again tell you how they continue to let the administration know at Bethune-Cookman about these problems. These problems go beyond the problems that Ed Reed was complaining about. Hell, this alone makes me want to forgive. I would forgive Ed Reed if I'm a person who disagrees with Ed Reed's behavior. This situation alone makes me say, hey, I'm not tripping off of what Ed Reed did, because I'm glad that Ed Reed did what he did, because he brought attention to a problem that we probably wouldn't have known about. He lit the spark for these students, and that's what it's about. Fight the damn power.
A lot of us see it. He spoke up against what was wrong, and they got rid of him because of it.
We've reached out to the school's representatives several times.
You hear what she said? They got rid of him because he was telling what was wrong.
Shortly after.
There are some corrupt people in this world, some evil people that don't care about kids like I do.
At the end of the day, he wants to change for not just the football team, but he wanted for the HBCU community, the BCU community. So I feel like it's just a slap in the face.
Football players and students disappointed by the announcement and say Ed Reed was right.
The way a lot of us see it, he spoke up against what was wrong, and they got rid of him because of it.
We've reached out to the school's representatives several times today for reaction, but have not heard back at this time. In Daytona Beach.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? The reporter said that they tried to reach out to the administration several times, and they failed to want to talk to the people. What do they got to hide if they're not doing anything wrong? Check out the next clip of the protest at Bethune-Cookman in Daytona, Florida.
Protests calling for the removal of Bethune-Cookman University trustees and the reinstatement of NFL Hall of Famer Ed Reed as football coach.
Mold on every hallway, mold in the bathrooms. There's no urgency to get it done and get it cleaned out. Ed Reed.
As you can see, the young lady says that there is, and I'm going to say it again, that there is no urgency to get done what there needs to be done. Mold on the walls, mold getting on your clothes. Mold can actually kill you, ladies and gentlemen. What is Bethune-Cookman going to do if some of these students were to die? They'll be getting lawsuits from the family members who would be raising hell. So I say to Ed Reed, kudos. Maybe it took an Ed Reed. Maybe Ed Reed doesn't get the football coaching job. Big freaking deal. Maybe it didn't look good to some of us on social media. Maybe it made Bethune-Cookman look embarrassed. They should be embarrassed, because these conditions that the students speak of tells the whole damn story. Listen to this again. Y'all need to hear it. This is our children. I would feel the same damn way if they were going to a PWI, just the same.
Mold on every hallway, mold in the bathrooms. There's no urgency to get it done and get it cleaned out. Ed Reed decided to speak up against what was going on. He made it known what was going on. So getting rid of him was the icing on the cake.
In an Instagram post last week, Reed, who had not yet signed a contract with the school, decried the conditions there. He said change was needed so his football players could perform to their potential. He previewed his beliefs during an interview shortly after his hiring was announced.
So much more and so much more needs to be done.
Students said they hoped 50 people would turn up. In the end, the honking of cars trying to pass through campus was almost drowned out.
Do you think you got the school's attention today?
I think we should. I feel like it's been national
Tell the
at
truth.
this point, so I feel like if this hasn't something, we should. So I definitely think we got their attention.
That's right, you did. And I appreciate you all for getting their attention and doing the right thing, doing what has to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you with bearing with the show tonight. I normally go live where you can see me, but because I had the technical problems and I wanted to get this show on the road, I just said, let me just do it podcast style tonight. But you normally will see me live and in effect. This is not the Information Man Speaks podcast channel. This is the way I do it over there, but I appreciate you all in the chat room. Let's see who we have here so far in the chat room. People that's kicking it with us tonight over here. I got more to show you. This stream will be not super long, but I got more to show you. Brother Topping Jr. says, well, let me put on the screen what the brother is saying to us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I have a problem with Ed Reed going on live and dragging the school the way he did. Ed Reed did the right thing. I stand with him. All right, yeah, I would say that personally myself, I wouldn't have went about the way he did it, Brother Jr., Toppin Jr. I wouldn't have done it the way he did it because it led to him not now being there, and now the students want him there. But I think sometimes things happen for a reason, and I think that reason happened because the truth, the light had to bring the truth that they were hiding in the darkness at Bethune-Cookman had to be brought to light. And maybe Ed Reed was the person in this situation. I don't know, brother. Maybe Ed Reed was the person, the right catalyst to bring this situation to light. Who knows?
Tell the truth.
We'll have to see. We'll just have to see how this all fares out, brother. Let's see who else we got here. We got Music Man 1982 in the house. Says make sure everyone check check your notifications because YouTube has a habit of unsubscribing people. I hate that. Of course, we've got Just Row Show, the sisters in the house here. Yeah. Upbeat Think. He says, let's see what Upbeat Think is saying, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Upbeat Think is saying. Bethune-Cookman President Lawrence Drake said that the mold conditions the students are living in isn't mold, but mildew. Oh, God. I would say this, sir, respectfully, that if that is the problem, why didn't they clean those dorms when the students were not in the dorms? And if it is only mold and it's mildew, why are students saying that they've been getting sick? I'm not saying that you're saying it, Upbeat Think. Now, I'm not attacking you, so don't take what I'm saying wrong. I'm just asking a question for the sake of the discussion tonight. If it is mildew, because I know mold would make you get sick. Mold would make you throw up blood, as we heard the young man in the Howard University clip that I showed you. I know that mold can cause you to die, have congestion problems, all sort of things. Mildew isn't good for you either, but I don't know if it has the same types of effect. I just think that they're saying that, thinking that it's going to lessen the blow against them. But if you got all these students out here that are protesting like this, I'm sorry. I just don't think that I'm buying what they're saying. You see what I'm saying, Upbeat Think? I don't think I'm buying what the president is selling, because the president is who these beautiful students here at Bethune-Cookman are protesting against. The president and all the black folks that are on that board, who they say, you wouldn't have these students out here just to be out here for nothing if it ain't some real stuff going on their campus. And that's just the sad part of the situation. What I want to play for you next, ladies and gentlemen, is Ed Reed gave an interview on the Roland Martin show. And I'm going to give you some segments of that as best I can. And I want you to hear this very clearly. And I appreciate all of you in the chat room. Last call, upbeat think, back to the basics. Brother Topping Jr., he's been rocking. Topping Jr. has been a subscriber to this channel since the very beginning. It's good to see you over here. I know you normally go over to Pharaoh Says That, and shout out to Pharaoh Says That. Then the real Aaron Collins has just thrown a statement in there. Let's take a look at that. Where are the rest of the black content creators to cover this story? They're too busy having gender wars and going their own. Hey, look, you know what I do over here. I do content, whether the numbers are big or small. I do content that benefits our people instead of content that's for dummies, you know. Content that doesn't feed your brain any knowledge, doesn't uplift you, you know. And, you know, I've covered some polarizing topics. Usually when I cover the polarizing topics, you get a lot of people to come over, you get a lot of views, people that come over, but I'm still going to touch on topics that we need to touch on like this. So I appreciate you for saying that. Passports and eyelash. All right, let's get back to it right now. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear you. Let me let you hear this now.
And how you feel and the passion when you told those young men on Saturday. Deion Sanders came onto your live stream as well, offering you words of encouragement. In a moment, we're going to talk to 3 football players. These players have actually signed a petition asking you to be reinstated. You saw the student protest there today. The president talked about being a Christian university. He talked about it was the music that you were playing that was on when you were live.
Tell the truth.
He also just talked about that the criticism that you level as well. But he did say Disney and other people, other donors called and said, "Hey, you know, what are you going to do?" But you were talking to folks. You were actually communicating with a number of high net worth people. I saw one report, and just let me know if it's true, that Shaquille O'Neal and other athletes, you were lining up other athletes to financially support Bethune-Cookman. Share with folks the kind of things that you were already putting in place to financially help the institution build.
The one lie that Mr. Dr. Drake came on here and said that I did here is you asked him about locker rooms.
Tell the truth.
These kids do not have locker rooms. They don't have showers. They wash their own clothes. You understand me? The donors I had is irrelevant at this point. I had plenty of support. I asked them to get out of the way because I understood where I was coming from. I'm from Shrewsbury, Louisiana. That's 5 minutes out of New Orleans.
Tell the truth.
I'm from a brickyard. I grew up in 1-bedroom apartment with 5 kids.
Information is power.
I'm from right where we at right now. You understand? Yeah, Shaq called me. FaceTime me. Little bro, I got you. You understand? And plenty more who supported me. The man's name is on the building who pulled up and had me in his car and asked me, what do I need? This man got who knows how much money. He got all restaurants around here. Plenty other people in the community. I don't need to name these people because they don't need to be put on this platform. We had the support. All I needed them to do is get out of the way. Don't have your hand in the pockets of football. That's the problem here. Probably.
Tell the truth.
I don't know. Because I was moving too fast. So I went to Baltimore. I got drafted to Baltimore, and I went into Baltimore community as I'm still working in Baltimore community with Booker T. Washington. You understand me? The worst school that I ever seen.
Carlos T. It's good to see you, Carlos T.
Yeah, the wire was true because
right across the street from abandoned buildings. You hear me, Ro? That's where they at. That's where they at. I still work with this school. Abandoned buildings across the way. And you tell, man, boy, this hurt, boy. This hurt, bro. I can't believe this, man. I can't, man, because I know I'm not wrong, man. Yeah, I was wrong for the post. My homeboy posted the second post with the music on it. He did that. That's what they do. But these kids listen to that, as y'all alluded to. These kids listen to that music, man. Come on, man. I'm a Miles Davis, Frankie Beverly. You know me. If they know me, I'm a DJ. I got people know what I like to listen to. My third.
All right, last call says, I think a real leader would not be surprised at the situation and freak out. They would take the situation, strategize for the best outcome. Last call, I'm gonna give you a clap for that statement. That was a fantastic statement, last call. You're right, a real leader would use a little discernment. I don't think that Ed Reed is not a leader. I think he might have let his emotions get the best of him, but his emotions he became emotional because of his passion. I believe his passion for the kids, and he might have let that get the best of him. And he said himself that he might have moved a little bit too fast, and he also admitted on this interview that he did some things, you know, he might have been a little bit too, went too far with some things when it came to the administration. He's admitting his part of the problem as well, or he's admitting his wrongdoing in how he went about saying the things he said about the university. But I'm here to tell you that what he said about the university wasn't a lie, but it was actually worse, or it was worse, let me correct that grammatically, it was worse than we actually knew. That's what I'm saying. Let me also put up another clip. This is from another football player. This is from HBCU Prime Sports Twitter. And this is a football player, Bethune-Cookman running back Jaredine Bravens releases a statement. He says about being a man every day. He says 3 weeks. He said 3 weeks here at 7:30. He says he's basically saying that Ed Reed is there. He's been there the last 3 weeks. He gets up early, and he says he could care less about football. He wanted to mold us into accountability and respectable men. In those couple of weeks that he done more for us. This is what the football players on his team said, that Ed Reed, this man right here, Hall of Fame football player with the Baltimore Ravens, great football player with the Miami Hurricanes. He said that Ed Reed, who you see on that screen right there, that Ed Reed did more for them. He said more for us in this school than the people who've been here for years. That's his criticism, ladies and gentlemen. That's another player from the team who's upset that they have let him go, who has said that Ed Reed has done more for the young men at the university. Let me also say this right here. I'm gonna say this again. Another Twitter post here. HBCU Primal Sports Hall of Famer Edgerrin James reveals that Ed Reed had billionaires set up to invest in Bethune-Cookman football and build new facilities. This is what he was planning to do. But let's hear what his thoughts are about that, because I want y'all to hear this. And once again, here's Ed Reed again.
So one thing that we did have when one of the initiatives was to
have a practice field actually on campus, something that Bethune-Cookman doesn't currently have right now.
They bust to the stadium.
Tell the truth.
So, which is not what you want for any respect.
You wasting money doing that. I'm trying to save money.
So Ed and our team had got together. We had started breaking ground and removing debris from the area to start a practice.
Where the homeless people were staying. You understand? Homeless people were staying in those trees where these young ladies, track team, basketball, football, they ice outside of there. So the thought hit me, what if one of these homeless men have a mental breakdown? I stopped a homeless man from walking across the parking lot. He was here. I said, man, you can't be in here. He asked one of the players for change, and the kid gave it to him because the gate is broke, right? The gate's broke.
So there's
side post, right? It was not that, bro. Cause like I said, man, I was here cleaning up with the kids. So
let me bring this back. I need to bring that back. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go.
Give us the opportunity. We know that he's passionate, but he put the passion before the purpose, and now we want.
I didn't. The purpose was on, bro. I know y'all. I know what y'all saying because of the post, right? It was not that, bro. Cause like I said, man, I was here cleaning up with the kids. So how the passion come before the purpose? When we were doing the purpose, as I spoke about it. Right?
Yeah, back to the basics. It is kind of messy.
I went to Baltimore and I worked with Booker T. Washington, right? I went in this neighborhood and I talked to people years ago, years back. And this man said, my mother was struck out on drugs. My daddy wasn't in my life. And when I heard you came to Bethune-Cookman, I had to come over here. He said, what do you need? I said, man, we need everything. He was like, be more specific. I need you to cut this grass. Man, we chop down trees. They chop down trees. They mow lawns. They still excavating the land right now where the practice facilities was going to be, where it should have been years ago. While I work in this prison building, my office space, where none of the windows open. You understand me?
So one thing that we did have, one of the initiatives was to have a practice field actually on campus, something that Bethune-Cookman doesn't currently have right now.
They bust to the stadium.
So which is not what you want for any respect.
You wasting money doing that. I'm trying to save money.
So Ed and our team had got together. We had started breaking ground and removing debris from the area to start a practice.
Where the homeless people were staying. You understand? Homeless people were staying in those trees where these young ladies, track team, basketball, football, they ice outside of there. So the thought hit me, what if one of these homeless men have a mental breakdown? I stopped a homeless man from walking across the parking lot. He was here. I said, man, you can't be in here. He asked one of the players for change, and the kid gave it to him because the gate is broke, right? The gate's broke.
So
all right. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So as you heard, Ed Reed had big plans for Bethune-Cookman. They had already had land that they had been trying to clear out, and he was going to spend money to have a real practice facility built there. And he was also going to bring in other well-known people. He even, Shaquille O'Neal, several well-known and wealthy athletes like Shaquille O'Neal were ready to write checks and really do some big things for Bethune-Cookman because of the fact that Ed Reed was going to use his resources. Now, that doesn't mean that with Ed Reed out of the being forced out, that maybe people are still going to feel something for the kids, even though Ed's not there, and maybe write a check. I hope that happens, but you can say that Ed Reed might have let his emotions get the most of him in this situation, to the point where they ended up firing him, and you can say, hey, that's not a good thing, but then he did it to, you can say, well, he did it to himself, or you can say that Bethune-Cookman may have lost out on a really, really great opportunity that really could have rebooted their program, their school, just in a way Deion Sanders was able to sort of bring a new attitude in life to Jackson State. Maybe they have just they've missed out on that opportunity because of the resources that Ed Reed, and Ed Reed never bragged about what he was going to do. But if I could go back in time, I just wonder if Ed Reed would have went to the administration, made his complaints, and never went on social media. I wonder if this whole thing could have turned out different. However, I wonder if he did try to talk to them and they sort of brushed him off, because he did say when he went on his rant that he felt that they were trying to brush him off. You see, that's the other piece of this that people are not picking up on, that this man, I believe that he might have been talking to them and felt that they were brushing him off like he wasn't important. I believe that there could be some validity to that. Maybe let me see what I can dig up in my treasure trove of content here to see if I can bring back that video that I've put together very nicely for the stream that I did on Sunday. And let me see if this has sense. So let me see. Here we go. Let's put it on here now.
You want change? You want change around here?
You saw the front of the building.
Terrible.
This the back of the building. They working on the front of the building. This the same people said, we gonna help you build what you want. How I'm gonna believe you, man?
Right there, he says a very key thing. These are the same people that said they want to help me but how can I believe them when I'm seeing the opposite? That's what it appears to me. It appears to me that they made certain promises, or maybe he did talk to them. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. I don't know. You all let me know in the chat room, but let's hear a little bit more of this.
How I'm gonna believe them? Didn't I tell you I don't trust nobody? I'm coming over giving them the same passion and they smiling and laughing in my face. This shit ain't funny. We gonna ride through the fence that they ain't fixed the fence. We about to ride through this fence. This ain't even football side. This ain't even the football side. And y'all talking about Madden at my Uncle Prime. Y'all mad at Dion, mad at Prime. This shit is every HBCU.
Now, that's the statement right there that got him in a lot of trouble, because he sort of painted a broad brush on all HBCUs, which that's where I disagree with him. I would not say that it's all HBCUs, but it's certainly those HBCUs, as I spoke about in my video yesterday about Ed Reed. It's certainly those HBCUs that have problems. Howard University had a problem with their dorm issues. FAMU had a problem. You had football players at FAMU that complained about the athletic department and the way they're spending money. Of course, you had a situation at Morris Brown, which got shut down in 2002. Then they were able to recharge themselves in 2012. Now they got a new loan to work on their financial problems that they were having. And then, of course, so there's been some problems at various different schools. It's not all HBCUs, but however, we know that HBCUs historically have not been given proper funding by the federal government or the states, and they're just now kind of getting funding, or they're getting funding that's been increased by the Biden administration. Of course, a lot of y'all on the YouTube streets were bragging about how Trump gave them all this money, and then we find out later on that he used all those presidents at all those historical black colleges as nothing but a photo op, and a lot of those black colleges didn't get all that money that Trump promised that he was going to give them. And it was the students, once again, it's always the students who know better. I don't know why. It's always the students that know better who told those historical black college presidents, don't go and see Trump. He's going to use y'all for a tool and a fool. And he did. But it doesn't make it any better when we got our own people who run these schools who are trying to make fools and tools out of our own kids in the school. That ain't funny. Now let me stop that right now. That ain't even funny. You gotta laugh to almost to keep from crying, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I mean, because we know we can expect what we're gonna expect from the White House, but when it's our own people who are giving our kids the runaround, that ain't right. This is why Ed Reed had this passion, whether you agree with him or not.
Bro,
you know, he could have went about it a different way.
through the
I
fence.
get that. But look at that. Driving right through the fence.
This is track, bro. This is track. This is what they practice on. It's a straightaway. This is intramural field. You can't practice on this. These kids got this to work with. Trash.
And then we wonder why kids are protesting.
Probably won't happen. But I'll tell y'all this. My brother died 11 years ago around this time, and we buried him. And I was in the NFL in the cold tub icing when I found out.
I spoke with over half a dozen students at Bethune-Cookman, and they all said Ed Reed not getting that job isn't the focus of their protest, but it was the spark. It's what pushed them to finally speak out. Now, a lot of them would not let their faces be shown on camera for fear of backlash by the school. They explained that is actually what kept them from speaking out in the past.
What started off as my dream school.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate everybody from being here. Let's see what we have here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see. 3.5 trillion bills was set to include 45 billion. 3.5 trillion bill was set to include 45 billion for HBCUs, but the newest iteration of the bill allowed it only 2 billion for educational purposes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I don't know if you go ahead and look at go to the White House, Google White House, Biden and Kamala Harris fact sheet on the money that they've been giving the HBCUs starting from 2021, the money that they just got 2022, they have substantially increased the amount of money. What's the problem with HBCUs are the people that run them, not the students, not the teachers. It's the administrators, the accountants, people who deal with the everyday operations of running the schools, paying the bills. And this is the thing, what's going on with maintenance departments? I said this on my video yesterday. These schools should have a maintenance department. They should have custodial department and a maintenance department. What's going on in that area? What are they doing, as I said yesterday on my video, to deal with the problems that they do have? What are they doing with the money that they are getting? Because if you can't even keep the foundation of your school in good tip-top shape, then you're not gonna be making no money with students coming there. Because remember, Bethune-Cookman is not a state school, it's a private school.
Tell the truth.
All right, thank you. As I get ready to end this, thank you, Just Row Show. Thank you, Toppin Jr. I appreciate that. The trustees, yeah, that's right. That's who they're protesting at Bethune-Cookman. They want the board of trustees to step their behinds down.
Tell the truth.
Students are tired of them. We got Nick Taylor in the house. He's saying, yeah, education was the spark, it seems. 2 of my kids went to HBCUs, not BC, and the story and pictures they used to send me when they were there. Nick, did your kids have a good experience, or were they dealing with infrastructure problems as well? Now, keep this in mind. HBCUs historically have been underfunded and underutilized properly. However, what I'm saying is they have been increasing money to HBCUs over the years. Biden administration, whether you like Biden or not, of course, Trump claimed that he gave them all this money. And whether you like these political games that we know that go on in this world, the question is, HBCUs have gotten money, and what are they doing with the money that they do get? Is that being mismanaged? Because I told you yesterday on yesterday's stream that an administrator at Texas Southern in 2020, he got let go from his presidentship of Texas Southern because that man took charity money of a tune of $1 million and tried to pocket it for himself and not for the school. That's a damn shame.
Tell the truth.
Not all of them, but most of them. I love HBCUs. I am pro HBCU, but HBCUs need hella improvement. The leadership's got to change. Yeah, it's not all HBCUs, but it's certainly some of them that have problems, and I think it's at the leadership level that has to change. I agree with that. Now I see my man, CMB Tech Talk says this is the wake-up call that is needed. These false leaders need to step down and let real leaders fix the school. Facts.
Tell the truth.
I agree with you. So everybody, I'm going to call it quits tonight. I thank you for being here. We got Upbeat. We got Music Man 1982. Let's put him on the screen. He says most of the HBCUs are having problems. He is right. Yeah, they are having problems. And I'm telling you right now, I get no pleasure. I get no pleasure from them having problems. I don't like it. I don't want to see them struggling, ladies and gentlemen. I want them to be to do well. I want our kids to say, hey, I want to go there because they're going to get a great educational experience. They're going to get a great experience overall. However, even with the ills that some of our HBCUs have, Music Man 1982 and everyone listening, even with some of the problems with their infrastructure, guess what? You know, the majority of our black professionals come from HBCUs. The majority of our black doctors, female and male, come from HBCUs. The majority of your teachers, your public school teachers and your teachers in general, guess where they come from? From HBCUs. The majority of your black middle class came out of HBCUs. That was the bedrock and foundation of what we call the black middle class, black professional class, and what have you. The majority of our people are getting their degrees, those high professional degrees, from historical black colleges. We cannot deny the fact that they have served an important educational component to our communities. However, they're not doing well with infrastructure. And I can't, and what it is that it's individuals. If you get flawed leadership, if you get flawed administrators, you get flawed people, you're gonna have a problem. It's just like I said yesterday about Jackson State. Jackson State got money from the federal government for science research that they were supposed to be doing. And what happened is you had people in the administration that was supposed to be managing those funds. They were doing inappropriate things with them, mismanaging them, and then of course the federal government said, we want you to pay us back $1.7 million. All it takes is black people who run these schools, people that look like us, to have no form of character. They don't have any real purpose. They have no character. They have no shame about themselves, but they're gonna try to ingratiate themselves, enrich themselves off the backs of our students, off the backs of the history of historical black colleges, and it's a damn shame.
Tell the truth.
Everybody out there, thank you for listening. I appreciate you. This was the Information Man Show podcast style version. You all take care. Share this video on your social media. I think I've done all I can to cover this issue. I gave you some bonus material tonight to look over, but this is a damn shame. This should not be happening. And Ed Reed right there is, you know, he's doing the best he can. The whole thing is a damn shame.
To get it done and get it cleaned out, Ed Reed decided to.
And he's saying that's why she believed they got rid of him.
He made it known what was
so
going on. So getting rid of him was
what that said.
Icing on the cake.
I'm going to call it a night, y'all. Take care. Peace. Peace. And thank you. Everybody in the chat, thank you very much. It's been a great night.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate all of you out there. You all, thank you for coming over and showing your support tonight. Thank you, and make sure you share the video on your social media. I wasn't expecting to do this video today because I just found out about this breaking news today. And thank you again, everybody.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Tell the truth. 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 Tell the truth.